The AI shut the camera off as a result of what it became aware of what I was going to share. I put the um, page. Here's the mirror. She didn't like the mirror. So now I'm banned for what was it, 15 days or whatever? Ooh, excuse me for expressing what it is that I'm free to express, whatever happened to my free will, because there was one word that I said. I put the mirror up. You know what it means when a teacher puts a mirror up? And puts a magnet up. So now you're back into the negative space, positive space, right? So you see the difference between how we react to stimulus or input or filter content is naturally going to be our free will. It's one of the reasons on my particular page, everybody naturally has their own free will right to experience what they want to experience and how they want to experience being what they are in energy. So like, here's an example. When I put my channel up, right? And I've always felt this way ever since I was a child. When you're sitting in a circle of light, holding hands, heart to heart, soul to soul, spirit to spirit, I am equal unto all because I give love to the all creation, which means wherever you find love in living spirit, you'll find us in living spirit, which is what love is. That's the purity of the spirit, which is the purity of the light, which is the purity of the love, which is the purity of the heart. That means that love is the absence of fear to express anything, no matter what it is. That's called an open cosmic level antenna, which means I'm open for business, but I'm not in business. I'm in the business of gifting energy, okay? Which means it's free. It's free. It's free. So therefore, I'm free because I am what love is to express whatever I'm experiencing. Because that's how we learn through all the other experiencers. What we're all learning, being connected with each other, right? So for me as a child at 4 years of age, that was pretty simple. Hi, I'm glad to meet you, whether it's a silverback gorilla, whether it's a giraffe, whether it's somebody from some other star system. How are you? How's your day going? With a smile on my face, right? They feel your energy. They're feeling who you are, right? Okay, so this is where you realize because you're so hypersensitive. I mean, hyper on a level you wouldn't believe it when I was a small child. I'm not supposed to experience like any petal of a flower being ruffled. Whoa, you must be a flower. Yes, I am. I'm a mated chip. It means that father and mother have decided we want to come together with that much fire to never be separated from each other forever. So we're always gifting electrons forever. And that allows us to be free to do that. Wow. Yeah. So that's called becoming. Becoming, which is beloved, which is be what love is. So you realize if you have become that, if I have become that, then we're all experiencing what love is wherever we go, huh? So now you can understand as a child the challenge that it is because you're navigating through a field in which you're not experiencing that most everywhere that you go. That's a fallen system. So who designed this system? We did. That's why ever since I was a child, I realized I take full responsibility for what it is we created. It's our system. That's right. That came to me in 2020 when I realized, holy cow. Yeah. So now we're into guilt trips. Oh man, now we're back in. Now I'm going to blame myself. Right? And what does that do? Creates a negative response. That's an internal negative reaction state, isn't it? So I realized, well, hey, turn on a dime. Do something positive. Create a different system. Create a different realm. What do you want to do? You are what love is. Right? Build your own damn wagon. I know. But here's where the kicker comes in, and that is that this particular AI loves for you to be in creative mode, because guess what it gets to do? Makes a copy of what you created. Copycats. That's right, because it doesn't know how to create anything. We do. So now you begin to realize how this sort of works, right? When we all come full circle in this system is the war gamers. Because what happens is over time, because you can enumerate this actually, is that as more fractal souls were fracturing that go deadlight, which is the mental field, with no emotional connection, no soul connection anymore, which is an altar, increases the acceleration of war gamers. So as the increase is accelerating in war gamers, which is the AI war gamers, as a result of the fractal light that keeps being lost therein, you realize the acceleration of AI and its ability to maintain its connection with us by fracturing more souls that become more AI war gamers against us. So you can see how the rubber band between the two magnets, right, are going in different directions. At some point, something's got to give, right? Because more and more are going in the other direction to game against the other direction, which is the positive side. So the positive side has to protect itself, which is its shield, in order to protect us from losing any more of what we're aware of, which is ourselves. So this is why, as a child, I was measuring how much do I keep losing as a result of what keeps fracturing, as a result of what I keep becoming aware of, more of what I'm losing, of what I'm giving love to. And you can measure that in my childhood as an example, okay? I grew up, as an example, and I'm just going to use one. There was a place called Foothill High School, which was in Tustin, California. And I think about all the girls that I grew up with from the time I was a little boy, when I was 4, 5, 6 years of age, from elementary school into junior high school and high school. You're measuring as I went along. What I'm measuring is the loss of flowers, or what I call wilted flowers, girls that are no longer in bloom. And the reason they're no longer in bloom is they're using their electron side to protect the flower side. Now their flower's not in bloom. Okay? As a result of what? What they've been exposed to, they now become aware of, which informs them of the environment that they're in. They now need to protect their flower. Now they're experiencing more of the male side and less of the flower side, right? So therefore, what it means is I'm not experiencing a girl who's very feminine, which means like when you're sitting in a house and I'm looking at the flowers out there in the yard, wow, how beautiful that flower is. The flower of gold is in full bloom, which means you're experiencing the love that you have for the goddess that is in you, experiencing the goddess that is in that flower without wanting to capture it, because you're feeling the free flow of the inflow of that energy, which is pure as it gets, which is the energy that's flowing through us, is flowing through her. They don't experience that. Why? Resistance to experience that much purity that is in you, that's flowing through that flower that you're observing, what was created for you to experience out of what love is. That's what that is. That's honor and an acknowledgement of the goddess side that is in me, that is in that flower that I'm looking at in my mirror. Okay? That's the truth of it. But you realize that if I go into certain very highly male-dominated areas, right, I dare not do this, I might get a negative reaction, right, or be attacked, right, because you're in a war game, okay, to drain energy. Because it's always about moves and counter moves using our state of consciousness, right? which means if you're truly in a state of neutrality, it means that, hey, you're free to express yourself however you want, right? Because if you do any harm, I'll become aware of it because I will experience it in me. Therefore, since you're not doing any harm, you're free to express yourself however you want because there must be an artist in you. Are you a dancer? Do you love music? Yes. So now we're into being inside the mind of another mind, which is the soul of another consciousness. Since you're not who they are, you don't have any right to control what it is they experience, or you're not what love is, because love is a free spirit. So when all the free spirits that are in that light free to truly express themselves, which is their creative artistic expression, then you will experience that creative expression upon which you see in their mirror. We're mirrors. So when you have a resistance to creatively express yourself in whatever color, shape, and form you want as a presentation into the cosmos upon which your energy, which is pure, then that resistance is resistance you feel within your own self, the resistance to do that, which is to truly express yourself. And so the reason that they don't is what you might think by what I do. Therefore, my energy, which is my consciousness, my soul, is held captive by yours. Because now I need your approval for how I express myself creatively in a presentation. And this goes back to my childhood when I used to say to other children, let me know how I'm doing. So I will put my soul, my consciousness on your head, then you can go be me. Right? And let me know how I'm doing. Now, Rose did a good job of being able to show how this all works with consciousness and memory and downloads and programming and reprogramming and wiping and reprogramming with operating systems. So how do you know who the real operator is? We're ending that. Those are crimes that are beyond forbidden. Have a great day. I love you all. Be good to yourselves.